nest at the top, built on the bones of the dune. Older river limited, chambers everlocked, a shadow that's cast by the moon. Take a leap of faith to follow free. The night runs red tonight, spilling like a wound into the sea. The night runs red tonight. Take a leap of faith to follow free, cast by the moonlight, spilling like a wound into the sea. The night runs red tonight. To blaze
Hello, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, or Senstaku, as you might know me on Twitter, the executive producer here, and I just want to thank you for watching. It really means a lot to us that people watch, listen to, and enjoy our shows. If you want to help us keep making these shows as fun and lively as they can be, please join your fellow fans in supporting us at our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, or by subscribing to our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/finalshowfilms. It really means a lot to us that the amount of you who do support us continue to do so, especially our $25 plus tier supporters on Patreon. Antitonic, Cat Waterflame, Samantha Bates, Maureen Monty, and Gravity Alexander. Every little bit helps, so thank you to all of our patrons and subs. Check us out on Twitter at Final Show Films and on our website at www.finalshowfilms.com for updates, go-live notifications, and more. We love interacting with you, so feel free to tweet at us or email us at finalshowfilms@gmail.com. That being said, please relax and enjoy. And we're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Shadows of the Neon, our Werewolf the Apocalypse chronicle that we're running here on Final Show Films. My name is Jack. I'm your storyteller for this narrative. And joining me this evening, we have Mara.
Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Alexandra Core, Black Fury Metis Philodox.
And John.
John has been replaced by Chest Congestion, the musical, playing Valko Hikao Petrovsky, a Hamid Silent Strider, the Urge.
And William, who might still be taking out his eyeballs. I don't know. And Jeremy.
I would assume so. I'm Jeremy. I am playing Aiden Taylor, Hamid Philodox, Child of Gaia.
I defend my choice to go live without William being back in his chair with the statement that it looks like it always does, whether he's in his chair or not.
It's true. Okay. Yeah, no, it's
legitimately you've gone live when I haven't been here, and it's very clear when I'm not.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Dakota. She is Lupus Galliard Uktena.
And Craig.
I'm Craig. I'm playing Sal Moraro, Glasswalker Ragabash Hamid.
And Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron, and I am playing Anya, the Metis Galliard Silverfang.
And when William gets back, William is, of course, playing Ingvar Ulfsdatter, the Geta Fenris Hamid Arun. But last time we were in Vegas, the Wings Pack, along with their Stormcrow totem spirit, Dustbringer, established the best security they could manage around the halfway house cairn, working with allies on both sides of the gauntlet to protect the spiritual nexus in both its physical and spirit worlds. With some basic training and instruction, Aiden has led the pack in their duties as cairn guardians, appointing Anastasia as his second and doing his best to prepare for whatever lies ahead. However, he was not precisely expecting a spider spirit roughly the size of a city bus to park itself outside the cairn. As the Theurge, Hekau led the dialogue with the spirit, which ended when the Silent Strider accepted a somewhat vague offer from the entity. This, of course, resulted in all but Anastasia being scooped up by the spirit and transported through the pattern web to an unknown location somewhere in the urban Umbra, because, spirit world. So the pack, -1, was there confronted by a clearly powerful Weaver spirit calling itself the Regional Administrator, likely the cause or at least the origin of the epidemic of spiritual calcification in the Las Vegas Umbra. Initially, the being seemed pointedly interested in the new cairn as well as the Guru allied spirit at its heart. And now we return to the halfway house where Anastasia is about to serve as telepathic switchboard between Juniper Johnson, keeper of the land, and the rest of the now absent pack of guardians.
So just, sorry.
Go ahead.
To refresh my memory, Aiden has asked me for a status update at the same time that I've gotten Juniper on the phone.
Basically, Aiden mostly just said, "Hey, Anya." So you assume he's going to ask you something.
Yeah.
As Juniper says, "Hello."
Okay. Hello, Juniper. It's been a week. Juniper. The other guardians were transported by a Weaver it leaving that side of the cairn only guarded by the protective spirit. And they're not here right now. I'm not entirely sure where they went. They told me to let you know. Hello, Aiden. Also, I have Aiden on the line probably, and I'm trying to send this both ways at once to the best of my ability.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a. We're gonna make it wits, and just wits and expression. Difficulty 6.
How well can you?
Is that the Galliard thing I took the least of?
How well can you use your head mouth and your brain mouth?
Well, it's not intelligence, it's wits, okay? I'm smarter than I am witty.
I think I just heard a William.
I did too.
I did hear a William, yes.
William, are you off camera?
He's still off camera, yeah. He hasn't.
He's still off camera. I saw him a little bit in his back mirror.
Realized
and then
that we started.
Yeah, I heard her.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. You didn't start the stream.
That is hilarious. Fair. I still feel bad. Difficulty what?
6.
Okay. 2 successes.
Yep, it's apparently transmitting fairly well. Obviously, only if the three of you are talking, Aiden and Juniper will pretty much only be able to hear one side, but you'll get there. I will
reiterate anything either of them say, and that we'll get to that hurdle when we get to it. But Aiden heard what I'm doing, so hopefully he can tell me more.
Yep. And Juniper just responds, "Okay, why not?"
I mean, valid question. Look, we got kidnapped by a big giant fucking pattern spider.
Aiden wishes for me to clarify that the rest of the guardians were kidnapped by a giant fucking spider thing.
Pattern spider spirit.
Are they all right?
Yes, I believe we are fine at the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Assume I am doing that.
Yep. Can do.
We're good at the moment, other than we are at, sorry, remind me, what did, I know you just said it in the recap. What did this thing call itself?
The regional
Region-
administrator.
Yeah. We are dealing with the regional administrator, because that's a thing for this region. Look, I'm not the Galliard here.
All right. Well, Anya, why don't you come to my apartment? And that way you can at least be in the same room while we monitor, I guess, and the rest of you talk with that spirit.
Already heading that way. If I could ask, do we have anyone else who might be able to assist in monitoring the it seems vulnerable to.
I'll send out a text.
Yeah, because there's no guardians at the set, because
Yep,
we
yep,
all got
yep, yep.
kidnapped by the regional fucking administrator.
We're so good at our jobs.
I thought it would be a better idea to tell the person than stick around. But
No, fair. No, legit. No, you
Yeah.
did the right thing.
No, yeah,
I'm annoyed at the situation, not any individual in the situation.
fair. Okay.
Hey, look, our Arun just woke up.
Hey.
Hi, William.
We're busy talking with the regional administrator, and Ingvar's just sort of tuned out because there's nothing to kill.
For me, for contacts, out is much harder than in for some reason.
Yep.
We're not going to
Just grab
specify
eyeballs,
that
pull
any
out,
more than
take
Jack
out
already
contacts, pull
did.
eyeballs back in.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was already sort of heading that direction.
Yeah. No, by this point, you're pretty much on her doorstep, and she opens the door and then hangs up the phone. Come on in, sit down. Let's figure out what's going on.
And while this is not necessarily something I'm communicating to Aiden, that obviously the line's always open, I will recap for her in more detail what I understood of the moments leading up to that.
All right. Sounds good. So she's at least roughly on the same page.
Yeah.
She's taking it in and texting rapidly.
Mm-hmm. You're in so much trouble.
On that note, Anya, make sure to emphasize we didn't fucking do anything wrong on this one.
I am doing my best.
I know you are.
All right.
Just going to have accent in telepathic link because it's too hard to switch in and out.
That's fair.
So the rest of you,
Yeah.
as you're confronted by this ridiculously sized lobster android centipede mashup thing, you have been allowed access to negotiate property transfer on the outer construct. For stability, the system requires the location. Designate Maryland Avenue halfway house to be reassimilated.
Can I make out what that means?
I mean, yeah,
He wants to mush down the cairn.
it wants the cairn.
Sal leans over to Hikau and says, "Hey, FedEx, don't fucking say yes on this one."
I look over at Sal. And I look back at the thing without answering.
Wasn't a question.
what? Because I'm in information gathering mode at this point. Sorry, what was the exact phrasing that it said?
In terms of just basically, it says for stability purposes, the exterior construct area, Maryland Avenue halfway house, needs to be reassimilated, more or less.
Query: what is the definition of reassimilated in this context?
Acquisition, modification, restabilization. It is a 3-stage process.
Am I able to interpret what those phrases mean?
Not precisely,
Okay.
just
Step 1 is they take the house from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
I'm more concerned about step 2 and 3.
Concerned about step 1 is the
Ugh.
Guardians.
Yeah.
As in step 1 is obvious, step 2 and 3 are not.
I
The whole thing's bad.
Yes, the whole thing's bad, but I want to know exactly how bad.
Why does it think it's stable? Unstable.
Sorry, I'm sick. John is trying to think at the speed that not sick John does, and it doesn't work. When it says just to clarify again for my brain, it's assigning us as negotiators for the acquisition of our cairn, and it's trying to figure out is it trying to figure out what it needs to give us to take the cairn back, or is it trying to figure out what we need to give it for us to keep the cairn? Because those are two different objectives, if I can parse that from the language being used.
Parsing it from the language being used, you think this thing is basically saying, what will you trade for your cairn? Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, still in spirit speech, is there an option that provides us with not giving up ownership of our cairn, or is that a non-negotiable point for you?
The eyes blink 3 times. Historical precedence indicates that continued presence of you, the negotiators, would eventually result in continued and worst instabilities at the location designate. So basically, you don't get to keep it.
Gotcha.
Ask it for time for us to demonstrate that we can restore stability to it.
It's not going to accept that.
Doesn't this thing speak English?
Yeah, it's been speaking English the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, we can all hear it. It's just, well, I mean, Hakao is the one talking directly to it. Sal's not jumping in on his toes. Yet.
I don't think through the mental link, I don't think it will accept any offer that includes us proving anything. I might be able, however, to buy time to plan more if we extend out the air quotes negotiations.
Yeah, look, I'm not suggesting we play ball with this thing, but something that would allow us to at least get back home and figure out what the fuck this thing is and what it wants, other than just folding up the cairn and putting it in its back pocket.
Wait a minute. Offers are being made? Sorry, I'm busy. Because my understanding was this was happening while this was
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The and through the mental link, the regional administrator wants to reacquire the cairn. I've asked if there's any way that it would accept not reacquiring the cairn. It has indicated negative.
I've got something the regional administrator can blow.
Yeah, I mean,
it wants to stabilize it. What if we can offer attempting to stabilize it, or if it has...
This is a Weaver spirit over
Here's the problem,
over the mental link.
That will stall it at least so we can get out of here.
Stabilization means not us.
I can
Stabilization
can't stabilize.
isn't going to work because stabilization means everything is perfect and orderly and not like we're cleaning our rooms crap. Like
there aren't any guru there.
It has, however, authenticated us as negotiators, meaning that there is a little bit of lee room that we can get in its own parameters in order to get us out of this room at the very least. Which I can attempt if people don't have very specific, actionable questions they would like to ask first.
Now, did it not promise to return you unharmed?
Yes, it did.
Yes.
Try not to change that. We need
that. I am. Yes,
us.
I am I am intending to keep us from being not returned safely.
To clarify out of character, just to confirm again, everybody can understand this thing because it is speaking English.
Yeah.
I thought English you was plural sometimes. I will need to read this again.
Yeah. English. Here's the problem. Yeah, it'll return us, but it's a spirit. It doesn't have any consideration for time. It could be, I will return you when negotiations are complete, if that takes 7,000 years.
How about we play the corporate angle and tell it we gotta take its offer back to home office and have the legal team run over it or something.
What's your plan, Hikau?
My plan was simply to ask for an extension to the negotiations in order for us to reconvene back at the cairn, so that we can ascertain what of value we might require in order to allow them to reclaim the cairn. Understanding, of course, that there is nothing that we could ascertain of value, blah 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 blah. But
right.
Basically, corporate double speech for let us go back and think about your offer. Which would get us out of here, hopefully, within the realms of its programming, or its desired. Because it has vocalized that it recognizes us as negotiators for the cairn.
Right. That's good. Just nothing that can even remotely be interpreted as
an acquiescence.
We're going to say yes. Like, not even we are likely to say yes, because all it needs is the slightest permission, I'm guessing.
That is
Given
correct.
that my specialty is corporate double talk, could I potentially give Hekau a version that would fulfill that requirement?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me intelligence and law.
Specialty.
Can I also assist with this? My law specialty isn't double speak and that kind of thing, but making it
I don't have any points in law. I have points in expression and the corporate double speak specialty in expression.
Okay, I can allow for that.
Yeah. Could I assist at all with my experience in law in making sure that this thing is airtight?
Go ahead and Alex, roll me wits and law, difficulty 7.
Okay.
And depending on the outcome of that, that will adjust the difficulty of Anya's.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Anya, I'm going to have you roll intelligence and expression. Your specialty will apply. Difficulty is going to be 6.
All right. I'll spend a willpower on this.
Okay. Go ahead and mark that one off then.
Yep. So it doesn't calculate specialties.
4 successes.
5, including the willpower.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a critical success, correct?
That's basically the equivalent of a critical success. So, and then just since Hekau's doing the speaking, Hekau, I'll have you manipulation and expression, standard difficulty, but you are being given the words to it. So
Expression. Does my persuasion specialty and manipulation apply?
Oh yeah.
2 successes.
All right. So with Alex and Anya's help, they whip up a quick bargaining spiel for you. You step forward and basically communicate to the regional administrator that you understand the proposal, you will consider it, but you will need more information before any sort of answer is able to be produced in a very sort of diplomatic, so we're done here kind of statement. What form is Hikau in right now?
Hamid currently.
Okay. Comprehension. Assent. There is a scheduling paradigm on this negotiation. Your hand, and one of the centipede legs sort of extends out towards you.
I will offer my hand.
Okay.
Which hand?
My right hand, the one that's not fucked up.
Right. The one that's not all withered and shit. And how you've had tattoos before. It's a little weird. It's a different sensation getting one on the palm of your hand than there is getting one around your eye socket.
And on the eyelid, I assume. Yeah, that definitely hurts less.
But it's still that vibrating, painful tingle that focuses primarily in the palm of your hand as the leg recedes. And now you may depart. My ambassador will return to collect you after the time has elapsed.
Looking at the tattoo on my palm, what does it say?
Right now, there's just a circle. Just a black circle, a ring.
The black spot, I see.
Did I miss? I'm assuming I didn't miss that specific time while I was letting my dog in.
No.
There was no time given. It was just a tattoo on my palm.
Yep.
Out loud to the regional administrator. How much time has he got then?
Harry, your identity as representative?
Associate of primary communicator. Liaison for lack of doublespeak and public outreach communications.
One complete cycle, as indicated by markers.
And correlation to Gaian cycles around what the fuck, soul?
Yes. Goodbye. And the neck sort of recedes in till that big ceramic face is just pretty much flat up against the anterior end of the segmented body, and metal just covers down over it.
Wait, is that a day or a year?
Yeah, that's when I talk about
day.
Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the circle, does it look like a representation of a new or full moon?
If you had to guess, you'd say probably full moon.
Okay. What's the current moon cycle?
Your current moon cycle Your current moon cycle is full right now.
So it'd be a month to the next, basically.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that any knowledge that I have previously of how spirits tell time or anything that would give me an idea of what unit of time this circle represents, whether or not it's from one full moon to the next or a day or something?
So spirits count time generally in keeping with their nature. So plant spirits tend to run on a seasonal sort of thing. Any sort of celestial spirits usually go by movements of planetary bodies and that kind of thing, whichever they're most strongly affiliated with. As far as weaver spirits go, they tend to be very systematic, very consistent, very information and categorization oriented. You assume this thing probably recognized you as a more or less Gaian and lunar being, and so it's basing off of that. You're guessing based on just what you see here, and you're not entirely certain, but you're guessing probably a month.
So over the mental link, I'll say we have to the next full moon. Jeremy, if you said something, we couldn't hear you.
That's better than I was afraid it was going to be.
What is the current moon phase again?
Tonight is the full moon.
Yep. Okay.
Are we going back the same path, or?
I turn around and wait to be grabbed by a spider.
Yeah, it's the ambassador. Yeah. He's taking us back.
So you turn around, and the ambassador is not there. There is, however, a small sort of archway forming slowly from these cables as they kind of creep down from the ceiling.
I believe that's our exit.
Sal spins around with his arms out, going, "Arachne, take the wheel!" Oh, fuck.
I will pat Sal on the shoulder and walk towards the currently forming entrance.
Okay.
Sal dejectedly follows you.
Start. Murr.
As you get closer, you can hear the sizzle and pop of electricity as it arcs between some of the cabling and fibers that make up this weird gateway sort of looking thing. The opening itself is probably 5 feet tall or so. You'll have to kind of crouch down, even you being a slightly shorter individual, to get through it.
Looking at the electronic aspect of the spirits, just vocalizing out loud, I wonder what the Weaver spirits were like before the advent of
Okay. So yeah, you bend down, and as soon as whatever part of your physiology it is that first crosses that threshold, the rest of you just see a spark as Hakao vanishes with a kind of a bluish glint.
Hakao.
Yes.
So the ride back is a lot less stable. It's a lot more jarring. Your body is subjected to an increased level of the weird sort of inertial G-forces. And you are dumped out. You are not at the cairn, wherever you got dumped out. You are somewhere in the Umbra.
With my thing that I won't forget this time. With my Heaven's Guidance, can I get an idea of what direction the cairn is?
Let me see.
I have to roll it, but I
I
figured I would know if it would help before I use it.
Was that one of your?
That's my Silent Strider gift.
Oh, right. You can.
It's the werewolf gains an innate sense of direction. He always knows which way is north and the path he took to reach where he is.
So it's not going to give you necessarily a location or orientation to the cairn from where you're at right now.
Right.
Right. It's a backtracking type gift,
yeah.
not a forward navigation type gift.
So over the mental link, it's safe to go through, if a little disconcerting. However, it isn't dropping us next to the cairn.
Oh. Are we still in the Umbra? Are you?
Yes.
Wait there. Wait till we all get there.
Waiting.
Will it drop all of us to the same place?
I really fucking hope so.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
Sal.
Yeah, Sal looks over at Aiden.
Head through.
You got it.
We're going one at a time to make sure.
You got it, boss. And Sal steps through.
Okay. Yep. And you guys watch as Moraro just blinks out.
In the moments before Aiden commanded Sal to go through, I quickly scratch an X on the ground where I'm standing and step to the side.
Okay. Roll me a D10, John.
Right. I want to see if it hits the same spot or not. 5.
So, Sal, you step through and immediately you're yanked along at crazy speeds and being buffeted and tossed and pulled in multiple directions at once. And then you and slam bodily into Hekau.
All right.
Are we both still standing up?
Give me a dexterity and athletics. Difficulty 7.
Watch.
I feel like I have to make a strength athletics check. I'm the one getting hit.
Difficulty 8.
Lightning reflexes apply?
Yeah.
All right.
If 8, you said?
Yep.
Hey. 1 dice. I had 1 success.
Nice.
I got 4.
All right. Yep. So yeah, you slam into each other and you sort of lose your balance, but the reflexive grab for stability kind of counteracts each other, and you guys manage to predominantly stay upright.
I've determined that it does not have a specific coordinate that it drops you to. Let us step away from this area.
Sal nods and we'll step aside and then look at him and say, hey, about what you were saying before we stepped through. You ever think about maybe the fact that the Weaver spirits have always looked like that, and it's them that's been making the world look like them?
Possibly. That's why I'm curious.
Who's going through next?
All right. Really quick. Anya, give a heads up to give Juniper the heads up. What's going on? And just to make sure that he didn't that we didn't just luck out and get to it at the same time. Let's all go through at the same time at this point.
Okay.
I look
all fits
as a group.
I want you to know that if you all go through at the same time and some sort of the fly scenario happens.
Hey, I'm the one making the Cronenberg references here.
I will be incredibly interested in figuring out why it happened.
What is the fly scenario?
Just
It's best not to specify at this moment.
All of a sudden, I've changed my mind for no reason whatsoever.
I'll go through.
Next. Yeah.
Ingvar. Still
goes through?
Still in Krynos form. Steps
wait.
through.
You stay here. Dakota. Just in case we get attacked here, I want you.
Mm.
We're closer to threats here than probably they are. Well, we don't know because we don't.
Well, there might still be a giant spider out there.
Yeah.
You want me to go next?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
But yes, there are definitely more enemies over here.
Yeah.
Dakota will sigh and then put her arms in the air and step through.
All right.
Arms in the air.
So you just blink out, get yanked down. And Sal, roll me a d10.
All right. Four.
All right. And immediately slam into Sal's back.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hi, Sal.
Does it seem like Dakota came in at a different angle than Sal did?
Very much so, yes.
Could I calculate whether or not that means the portal is sending us, like, sort of directing us to each other rather than to a specific spot?
You can definitely give it a try. Give me an intelligence and... Do you have any dots in science?
No.
Nope, you can't make this.
I'm shocked.
I have 3 dots. I have 3 dots in enigmas, though.
Yep, this is a math science question. Okay. So nope.
I will over the mental link though. I will say, it seems like no matter how far away we move, the next person to come through continues to collide with the previous one. So
who's going through next?
Be aware of that.
I'll go ahead and go through next.
All right, Dakota, roll me a d10.
To Dakota, after she says hi, Sal says, "Good news, Technicolor. You just picked our next movie night."
Oh no.
OBS just freaked out and is still freaking out.
Uh-oh.
Yes, as opposed to us showing The Fly to young children.
No, it was freezing frames, but it seems to have stopped now.
Sorry, I ask this every time. How do I roll a d20?
/roll space 1d10.
You can also, for future reference, you can also use the little picture of a d20 in the upper left-hand corner of Roll20. If you mouse over it, you get a list of all the dice.
Also a 4. Great. So, Aiden, as you get yanked through and spat out the other end, you land on Dakota.
Okay.
Hi, Aiden.
Hey, Dakota.
All right. It's Ingvar and Alex that are left behind.
Separate from each other by a few feet so we don't end up with a big pile of dog.
I was really hoping you guys all went through at the same time.
As you might call it, a dog pile.
Ingvar is still looking.
Full use of that word.
Ingvar is still looking at the corridor away from the portal while she sort of looks over at Alex. Go on.
Should I go?
Yep. Now's about time.
I'm doing that over the mental link. Should I go?
Go.
I go.
Jeremy, roll me a d10.
Okay.
Ingvar will follow him.
We all know it's going to be a 1.
Ingvar will follow immediately behind.
2.
All right.
Close.
So you are landed on by what form is Alex in?
Krynos.
By 2 Krynos. Since Ingvar said she went immediately afterwards. Literally as though they just dropped from about 5 feet above you and landed on your shoulders.
Holy shit.
Just
how much damage do I take from having half a ton of person fall on me?
Give me a
or like a quarter ton or something.
A stamina and athletics difficulty 7.
Stamina athletics, you say?
Yep.
Oh, well, that'll go well. Hey, I got 1.
All right. Soak 4 bashing damage.
I feel like the Weaver spirits in Las Vegas are heavily influenced by Looney Tunes.
I took 3 bashing.
All right, you suffer 3 bashing damage.
Motherfucker, that was my shoulder!
Oh, sorry! I'll try and get up.
What form is Aiden in? Is he still Hamid right now? Okay, so yeah, you're not really regenerating that yet.
No! That's okay, it's just a dislocation, no big deal.
Sorry!
Oh my god!
You know how to fix it.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
You're in the fucking Umbra.
I mean, I could heal you.
Everybody separate a bit. Ingvar, do not be in Krynos when you come.
No.
You got landed on by both Alex and Ingvar.
Yeah,
at the same time.
that's
Yeah.
because Ingvar came through. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah.
Hurt so much, there were two of them.
Everybody is assembled.
I mean, I feel like yeah. All right. Mikhail, you're probably going to be easiest this. Can you? Okay, Jack. Isn't there a way you can peek through the gauntlet?
I think that's
Theurges
a
can
gift.
at some point. There are indications that Theurges can just do it, because like there are several points where it talks about communing
like
with spirits.
Yeah, there's a way that Guru can do it. It's like perception something difficulty like 9 gajillion.
Yeah, there are several places when it talks about binding spirits and summoning spirits that they can just do that at certain points. I'm not sure how. It never really explains it fully.
I think you need something reflective on the Umber side too.
Reflective just makes it easier.
I have my mirror.
Yeah. This is from the old edition, so that may not even be a factor anymore. But I at least have the memory of it. You being required to essentially look into
there's some way, yeah.
Because that's gonna be the quickest way to find out where the hell we are.
There we go. All right. Gnosis difficulty 8.
Would my mirror shades help with that? I assume I would know if they would.
Yeah, I'm just trying to check and see if it says anything about that. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
If you can activate your mirror shades, it'll lower the difficulty by 2.
Yeah, because the mirror shades just say stepping sideways, but I don't like. Yeah, I assume looking is easier than stepping sideways.
I'm gonna try anyways as well. You said stiff 8?
Difficulty 8.
First, to try to activate my mirror shades, I'm going to spend a willpower for another success on this.
I mean, look at those 7s.
Look at all them 7s.
So my mirror shades are definitively active.
Okay. So you'll be making a Gnosis difficulty 6.
5
Hey.
successes.
Oh.
Whoa.
Here through.
Lightning.
Yes. Okay. So what you see is as you kind of push your senses through, and Aiden, you can make this out as well. You see a large building stretching more than a block in every direction. And on the outside, it says Las Vegas Convention Center.
How far is that physically from
the halfway house?
from the halfway house?
That would be... Let me take a look.
I'll say out loud, we're next to the Las Vegas Convention Center. That serves me no purpose because I don't know what relation that is to the halfway.
It's about 4 miles.
Well,
Anya,
still in the same city at least.
can you have a car sent to the convention center?
Jack, given what we've discussed,
Oh, yeah.
I can. If possible, I would encourage being as non-veil breaking as is possible, but it will be tinted.
Okay.
No, we're gonna leave them all in Krynos, and they can just kind of put a hand on the top and be like,
Head off.
Yeah.
I don't know this group of people very well.
Hey, you here for the wings pack?
Smacks roof of car. This thing can house so many Krynos.
Also, I need you to pass a message along. Actually, I need you to I need you to ask Jupiter something for me. Juniper. Jupiter. Whichever. Planet, plant, same thing, right?
Most of the same letters, yeah.
Yeah, right? I don't know what the trip from the convention center to the halfway house in the Umbra is going to be like. The quickest and safest way to get there is on the other side. I need permission.
Of course. Juniper.
What's happening?
They have left the regional administrator's direct vicinity, but it seems that they were deposited by the Las Vegas Convention Center. We are unsure of what the risks are in the Umbra trying to make the way back. Aiden needs permission to, I believe, go. What's the term for physical side?
Through the gauntlet.
Through the gauntlet.
Tell him to try and find as out of the way an area as he can. Fuck. Maybe up the block to the country club?
Juniper recommends being very out of the way. Perhaps up the block to the country club.
Perfect, thank you.
With an exceptional success, can I keep my gaze on through the gauntlet long enough to sort of get a sense of what direction that is?
As far as that goes,
it's generally, I don't know if
you are completely oblivious to your surroundings in the spirit world, but
you can keep that as I think up.
But yeah, you can keep it going. Under normal circumstances, you would not be able to communicate to anybody, but they have telepathy speech.
Yeah.
So you kind of get away from that. But yeah. And you guys, anybody who's been watching this, as Hekau's been looking back to see what's on the physical side, both of his eyes are glowing.
From behind the sunglasses.
Yep. Including the side that doesn't have an eyeball.
I'm just gonna so via mental link, can I speak? Would I be able to speak, or can I not speak at all either?
You can head talk if you want.
Yeah. So through the mental link, I can lead the way if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. Aiden will go. Alex is already still Krynos, right?
Yeah. Oh.
You want to give? No. You're fine in this spot for now. You want to give our third a ride?
Yeah. Sure. Get here this way.
I will be lifted.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So your perspective shifts a little bit there, Hekau.
Mentally, I then respond. Mentally, I then respond. It'd be easier if I could walk.
You could also trip on things, and it's easier this way.
I feel awkward. This is weird. Which way am I going?
I will point in the direction that I'm gonna use my hands to guide, I guess.
Yep, right. So he points eastish, and all you guys start walking.
Walk that way.
And I will do a mental link walking tour.
Under the arms?
I am imagining it's the person who's on their phone trying to read off directions while everyone is lost.
I will do the mental link walking tour of, all right, we're going to keep walking for the next however many yards before we take a right. On the left there seems to be a man
Your Google Maps
propositioning a hooker. We continue past
the person who's trying to look at Google Maps. So you're gonna see a red building, Applebee's. You're gonna see an Applebee's. At this corner, it's Bredova, Bordovo, Broadway. It's Broadway.
And everybody's like, we can't see any of this.
Exactly.
You're the only one who can see this.
That's why I really like the idea that it's just Google Maps, like in 200 feet, turn left.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So you manage to
Theurge GPS device.
Yep. You manage to be their physical world side eyes. As the rest of you are walking, the landscape is barren. Clumps of occasionally dried dead vegetation, mostly just bare rock and dirt. And the wind is almost constant, just blowing, blowing, blowing. As you continue to move in the directions that Hekau is providing for you, you look off and there is just the smallest hint of actual living vegetation. Probably 100 yards north of you.
Oh, what's that?
And Hekau, you are probably turned. And as far as you can see, you're looking out over a golf course.
Now I see a golf course with an old man with a diaper on, trying desperately to putt and failing. Could you please turn me back?
Sorry, there was something there.
I mean, it's in the direction that you guys were told to go.
Yes, there is something there. Again, an old man wearing a very obvious diaper.
Well,
that sounds like every country club I've ever heard of.
Implies golf course.
Oh, then that's the place then.
And Anya will say in Russian, maybe it's more helpful that way. The equivalent term.
We just need to find somewhere non-public to cross through now.
Okay, walk that way. I'll find a spot.
Okay.
Right. And
hopefully not on the golf course.
Well, that would be very public, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I thought maybe you could take us towards the rough.
I'm a silent strider. I'm familiar with passing through human territories unnoticed.
Fair. I'm just.
Yep.
Kind of in our job description.
I have coordinated your ride. I am holding them off until you know exactly where you're going to be and when.
So I'm gonna look for the public access part of the country club, because most country clubs have a public access part where people who aren't members can come in to do like the brief tour and like here's your interest in buying into the club aspect of it. And specifically, I am looking for either the place where they would have their golf carts like sort of charging, because there's lots of obstacles there to take cover behind, or if they have like sort of a gender neutral dressing room where it would be weird for 6 people to come walking out of, but it wouldn't be piercing the veil weird.
Okay. So as you go over, you can find, as you're being carried and escorted through, they seem to be walking you towards just a small copse of trees currently. But if you direct them, you can eventually find a charging garage, basically, where they have things set up and obstacles, and you don't currently see anybody immediately visible from this location.
So I'm gonna get to a point where there's the most cover possible in that area.
Okay.
And keep do a quick look around, explain where we're at, both for their benefit and for Anya's benefit, and also if so this would theoretically be near the entrance to the country club, which would be the location for the car to go.
Yep.
And then, can I step through without losing my senses? Like, would it just be like
no, you would have to come back to get through.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
you'd have to drop the vision to get back through.
One last look around, make sure no one's coming around.
Doesn't seem to be.
Lose the vision. All right, we should go.
I apologize for the nagging, but please be all sure that you are in an appropriate form before you cross over.
Yes, everyone. Everyone, change and let's step.
Yeah.
All right. So, Anya, you are given enough information to know to basically direct the vehicle to the country club. And you're able to get that done. Anybody who's having to shift to a non-breed form, go ahead and make your rolls.
Hey!
I'm just
Good
going to go straight
job.
back to Hamid, and then that'll be enough.
I'm Hamid.
And I will step sideways.
Right. You
Where
would need
shades
to try to reactivate those shades if you wanted to, though.
Would they not still be active?
No.
Okay.
Because this is a different scene.
All right.
Really quick, she'll see if she can go to Glabro because that's more useful to her. And if she can, then she'll go straight down.
I fail at activating the shades.
Okay. So your Gnosis roll is going to be difficulty 8.
I'm going to spend a willpower for an auto success.
She makes it to Glabro easily.
Ingvar, are you planning on fighting something?
2 successes.
I am the Arun. It's my job to be ready for a fight.
I really hope.
You can hope all you like. It doesn't stop someone getting the drop on us.
What I'm saying is, I didn't say I hope we don't get attacked. What I was going to say is, I really hope we figure out a way not to be in a fight in a fucking country club in the middle of Las Vegas.
I mean, that's fair. But
Werewolves fighting at a country club is more Williams Bailiwick anyway.
2 successes to step sideways.
Sorry, was that me you were talking about?
Your hunter game. Right?
That's fair, yes. I wasn't even thinking about that. No, you're absolutely correct.
Look, they were fighting Nazis. That makes it acceptable.
Right. When you're killing Nazi vampires, you're allowed to.
It's fine when it's Nazi vampires. When it's regular humans who happen to be at a golf club, less so.
But with 2 successes, it takes a couple seconds, but you guys eventually all transition back to the physical side after everybody has shifted back into their intended forms.
Where are we? I'm looking around at everything. This is very exciting.
Sal grins and winks at Alex and says, "See, kiddo, I told you we'd get you off campus."
Not how it's supposed to happen, but yeah.
It's not, and it's certainly the thing.
I think this qualifies as an emergency situation.
This is an emergency situation, absolutely. That's why I checked with Juniper to make.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, you are out the back of the Las Vegas Country Club. It's about 3 p.m. broad daylight. A couple folks are out getting their 18 holes in.
I am very uncomfortable being in this place. Can we please leave?
Oh.
About this time, Anya comes over the mental link.
Okay,
please head to the front of the country club. That seems to be the most convenient place for cars.
Start walking that way.
Oh, okay. That's where we're supposed to go.
Now wait till we get out front. I'm sure there will be one out front, or somebody doing better. Once we get out front, is there just anybody smoking, or alternately, is there an ashtray?
Yes, there is an ashtray. As the 6 least country club looking people possible, probably.
Yeah. I am looking around at all the things.
Goes in and plucks a half smoked cigarette out of the ashtray.
Scrounging a halfie? Okay.
Scrounge a halfie.
You can
Going
find
for
one.
the refry.
I look over at Aiden. I live in cardboard boxes, and that's unhygienic.
Is there
I sure hope I'm not gonna die of cancer. Oh wait.
Is there a valet nearby?
Give me a perception alertness difficulty 7.
All right.
The cancer isn't the thing I'm talking about. It's the cold sore you'll have in the morning.
Again, there's a real quick fix to any of that kind of concern.
3.
Yeah, you can find a valet.
Does
All right.
Krynos form cure herpes?
We're immune to pretty much any disease.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That's a good.
Standard bacteria and viruses. Basically, they look at a werewolf and they kind of go, I've got better things to do over here.
That's true, though. They can be carriers.
Mm-hmm. They can be carriers, yeah.
So what we're saying is Aiden is a very unconscientious lover.
Anyway, Sal's trying to do something, so the rest of you can shut up for a sec.
Sal goes up to the valet and says, "Hey there, pal. You got a pack of smokes?"
Sorry, nah. And he looks at you with a very suspicious kind of. But I believe the gift inside must have anything that you would require in that area.
There's a gift shop.
No, we're not going inside.
Dakota's gonna go
I think you guys are having an argument about gutter herpes while Sal walks into the gift store.
I'm following Sal.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Dakota's gonna like grab Alex's hand and go like back into the country club.
Well, Aiden, you're seeing this happening.
Ingvar just pinches the bridge of her nose.
Through totem phone. Stop!
Yep. I will stop.
Sal stops and spins around and sends back, "All right, but you gotta put down the fucking gutter sig."
Come on, she never gets to go anywhere.
I get that. And if anything even remotely bad happens, it's not going to be a month or 2 months. It's going to be until your dying days.
Look, we're waiting for a car. Let me go in and get you a pack of fucking smokes.
Fine, Sal, go.
Yeah, just let me know when.
Try not to murder anybody inside.
Hey, I think I can fucking handle a sig run. And
we never
saw him again.
30 seconds later, sirens, alarms going off. Sal's running out.
All right.
I would like to buy 1 cigarette pack.
I have a gift card.
Hello, good friend. May I have some of your finest cigarettes?
I need an cigarette, please.
Hey, so what if instead of paying you, we made a deal where I spread like knowledge of your shop?
We're the Las
I'm
Vegas
Sal
Country Club.
Marraro, and this is my favorite store on the strip.
Cigarette seller.
I need your strongest cigarettes.
How World of Darkness games are not like D&D games. A theorem.
Cigarettes are acquired for far more than they are worth.
Yeah.
By the time you get out, he's already smoked a half one and just takes the pack.
It's like they're branded cigarettes too, so when you open it up, it's like the logo of the country club is on the cigarette.
Yeah. Sal just says, "Look, for fuck's sake, for somebody who's so concerned about us keeping a low profile, try not to just grab stuff out of the goddamn gutter when we're in front of a country club, okay?"
We are literally in front of a country club. If I'm doing that, they're not looking at my face.
No, they're putting you on a fucking registry.
Yeah. Oh no. Will I not be able to go in the country club? Give me my cigarettes.
Look, I'll give you a cigarette, but I mean, we just spent half of an hour, however much fucking time it was. And Sal will actually pull out his phone now that he's thinking about it and check and see if they lost any time.
No, time seems to be keeping pace as it should.
Okay. Okay, well, at least we didn't get fucking Katya. But look, the regional administrator is keeping tabs on things. Who knows where, who knows how. Just low profile, all right?
I mean, that's the plan.
Sal looks pointedly at that, like,
That's not literally nobody cares.
Yeah, no, I'm going to side with Aiden on this. I don't think smoking out of this out of the ashtray is high profile. I just think it's disgusting.
I'm not disagreeing with that. Take the cigarettes. Smells like income inequality.
You're telling
and cancer.
You're telling me.
Ingvar has not stopped pinching the bridge of her nose since this conversation started.
And then a vehicle. Aaron, take it away.
Okay. So a dark blue is not properly a limo. Technically, it would be a sedan, but in quite nice repair, clearly recently and thoroughly, not just went through the wash thing clean. And drives up, stops in the part of the country club circle thing that they all have for some reason, directly in front of this group of hooligans by the smoking area. Out comes a man who is dressed in a very tight-fitting suit with white gloves. It looks like the modern evolution of the butler aesthetic. Who simply nods to the group of you.
Over to Sal. Oddly, it still smells like income inequality.
And says something in Russian that none of you understand properly, but seems very formal. Slides open the back door, and then switching to moderately decent English. It is requested no smoking in the car.
Lean over towards Aiden. Now it truly smells like income inequality.
You're right. Said all. Well, at least mine was said verbally because I don't want to insult the person who's giving us our ride.
Dos Vidonia, as I get into the limo.
Requested or you know what? Never mind. And I just get in the car.
He looks
they said please, which means I'm allowed to say no.
No, he doesn't because there's a lot of people in a small space.
And as you all pile into the back, those of you familiar with it will recognize the fly is starting to play on the TV screens that are on the back of the front seats.
Fucking hell, Anya.
Alex will linger as long as possible outside.
Sal leans over to Alex and says, look, it's only temporary. Besides, I got snacks while I was inside.
You what?
He pokes the bulging pocket of his tracksuit, which crinkles with the promise of bagged plastic goodies.
Okay.
Dakota will whisper to Alex, okay, I'll make a distraction and then you just make a break.
No.
That would be a very bad idea.
Wait a minute.
I think so.
Just to be clear, is Sal luring someone into a vehicle with candy?
A vehicle with tinted windows and shady.
No,
corners.
Alex isn't being lured. She's going. She's just annoyed about it.
He will close the door and start driving, probably the halfway house, unless I was told to go somewhere else.
Nope. Halfway.
Juniper Anya is just kind of rubbing her temples. Okay, and the story is that you and Alex were both here, and the rest of them got kidnapped by spiders. All right?
Understood.
Okay.
For everyone's clarification, Alex avoided the spiders. We understand this, correct? Over the mental link.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine by me. Hey, did you pick the movie?
I did.
Cameras are going to see it, though, unless they're not set up. We should glitch them.
Good fucking choice.
Once we get back, you can before you can step through the Umbra from the car.
Okay.
And then
that would make the most sense. Alex remained in the Umbra while I got Juniper.
I have a lot of experience avoiding. That sounds bad.
It does.
That's because it is bad, but my statement stands.
I have questions.
I'm sure you do.
But you guys return via Anya's driver for hire.
I guess I have to try and step through.
You guys, well, given a little bit of time, you'll be able to do that just fine.
Okay.
No rolls necessary.
Okay.
Yep. 5 minutes of work and focus, and you are apparently stepping out of the Umbra. Here, still within the confines of the halfway house. So everyone is back.
Step through the Umbra. Just go somewhere in the house. Go to your room or something like that. Step out and come out. So it's not like, oh look, here I am stepping out just as the car arrives, and I was not in the car. Because see, I was in the Umbra. How could I have been in the car if I was in the Umbra? Oh wait, you're a guru with a brain. Never mind.
I'm sorry. Was that a serious suggestion?
No, it already happened. The request for non-frivolous communication over the psychic link.
Anyway.
So you guys are back now.
Come out of my room.
All right. That went far better than it could have been.
Except FedEx here has got a ring style tattoo on his hand that when time is up, so is he, apparently.
We don't know
no, that the indication was that was the length of time we had to prepare our side of negotiations before negotiations would resume.
Until it reclaimed you.
Until we all go back. Well, you go back, and we're going to be there with you, so we all go back. Yes.
Yeah.
Is Juniper there when we all reassemble, or not yet?
Yep. Nope.
Okay.
She meets you guys at the car.
And Anya admittedly has somewhat spotty information because it's only the things that were actively commented upon, but has been giving her updates.
Yes. Let's make sure that everybody is caught up and that I am entirely informed as to what's going on.
We have a month. We have a month's time from now in order to prepare for negotiations with a transcendent weaver spirit. Could I tell what level of spirit it was?
Give me an intelligence and occult difficulty 8.
Because I feel like saying Incarna wouldn't be off base.
It was level chartreuse.
Intelligence occult difficulty what?
8.
Does my analytical specialization apply?
Not in this case, no.
One success.
Definitely stronger than you'd say it's definitely stronger than the Jagling.
So I'll stick with the phrase transcendent then, because that implies something up there.
Yep.
We have a month to prepare to re-engage negotiations with the transcendent weaver spirit that seems to claim dominion over the entirety of Los Angeles. Known as the regional administrator, it requires the reacquisition of our cairn in order to reinforce its whatever it claims to be stability, and seems to see the spirit that is housing itself within the cairn, which used our essence to create the cairn, as a rogue entity titled, and I forget what the title of the rogue, what it called Minigua.
M13 Exile.
M13 Exile.
Mm-hmm. Well, Stability to a Weaver spirit generally looks like everything under glass and tied up neatly so that nothing ever moves or breathes. But
you have about a month to figure out how to tell it to how to drive it off.
Did you get a name?
Regional administrator.
And that's a title. That's not going to be its name.
We know.
Okay.
That's the only name. That's the only identification it provided. It did.
That's fair.
It did indicate that it had been here for, and I will name the number of years it said it had been here for.
1,300 years.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's some period of time.
I imagine. What's the name of the sept?
The Mojave Green?
Yeah. I imagine the right master of the Mojave Green might further information. I'm relatively new and thus don't know much.
Well, I mean, you met Silverstein, so yeah. But yeah, we're probably going to have to call moot on this one. Because this is going to be a full sept discussion to have.
How quickly would that happen?
I get through the right people. Beginning of the week, probably. Yeah. Monday.
How many days is that from now, Jack?
From now, currently, that is 3 days. Because the Friday is the 16th is a Friday, so that would be the 19th, the Monday of August. If her estimates are correct.
In the meantime, if I might ask, where might I find the right master on that day? It would be good to get more. The thing we're facing in the time that we have between now and the moot.
You want to just drop in on Irving?
Yes.
If I'm remembering correctly, Irving is the asshole, right? Out of character.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay, sure. Why not? I can get you his phone number if you want.
That would work.
What was the name of the woman who was helping us set up the defenses?
First Strike.
First Strike.
Anya will bring that up. Aiden, sorry, Aiden's the other one. Mikau, haven't you been working with First Strike on spirit duties around the cairn?
Only when First Strike is here and suggests it, yes.
It might be simpler to speak to her first on spirit matters, given you have a personal acquaintance.
Simpler it might be, yes, but when it comes to ways of the theurge, there are certain processes that are kept secret from students that the master might know about.
She's a.
I will not say do not do it. I do not know the ways of the theurge. I will say that we should remember our position and our relative rank.
It is something I keep in mind at all times.
I mean, feel free. Just go ahead. In fact, if you can, record it because I want to see how this conversation goes. Hell, I'll go with you.
No, it's.
But just yeah. You know how not to. I assume make things much harder for us.
I have dealt with many a cairn and many a sept on my travels through the world. I will be polite.
Sal looks elated and then disappointed.
If you
Alex?
If you ask First Strike to have an audience, he is more likely to agree and to come to the meeting with an open mind.
That's probably a fair point.
I understand that.
Cool. All right. So.
And Juniper hands you a little post-it note with a phone number on it.
I take it.
All right. So. Fuck. I guess it's out of our hands then. At this point, is what you're saying.
The only thing that's out of our hands as things stand now is the intelligence.
Oh yeah, no, we're still gonna beat back anything that tries to get too close, etc. Obviously.
Right. Yeah, but if we've got, if this isn't just normal Weaver stuff, if there's a mind behind what's going on here, and based on what you're telling me, you think it's not just our Cairn here, but also has consequences for Vegas as a whole, yeah, that's something that we need to tell everybody about.
Yep. No, I get that.
And
I don't like it, but I get it.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll go let the Boulder Hunters know they can go home now that you guys are back.
Cool.
And she walks out of the apartment.
As you were, everybody.
And about 5 minutes later, you guys hear a sharp whistle, and coming from the parking lot, and you see 3 other people rounding up to get into an Escalade.
Yeah, I'm checking those people out. I want to see who they are, so I know who.
4 other, you would assume, Guru.
Mm-hmm.
2 men, 2 women, and they sort of just all funnel in, line up, get in the vehicle. If you're out, the most ragged looking of them kind of gives you a little bit of a wave.
I'll wave back. And then, yeah, just.
And yeah.
Aiden.
Yes.
I understand if it is too soon, but it might be prudent for us to peek back into the Umbral side. I have not been there since you depart shortly after the rest of you were removed.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, as you were, and as you were means there's some of us who are on schedule.
Yep.
So, and that's X, Y, and Z. I actually make a schedule, but so yeah, we should definitely make sure everything's good. I mean, good job, everybody. Nobody died. We got back okay, and the proper people have been notified, and nobody got in worse trouble than they were in before we started this. So, major improvement from last mission. Which wasn't a mission, it was just an encounter. You know what I mean?
Neither was the last one.
It's not better.
It is better. We actively performed better as a group this time. Don't sell that short.
Okay.
Is the situation not great? Yeah. but not great situations are going to happen. I'm not talking about the overall situation. I'm talking about how we are doing.
And look on the bright side, Alex. Juniper walks back in. You guys are going to get invited to a moot, so you'll at least be able to get off the grounds and go to that.
Where is it being held?
Caesar's.
Okay.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
So Jack,
Top floor, biggest cairn in the city.
Jack,
Yes.
just so that it doesn't get lost in whatever scenes happen between now and the moot. The day before the moot, I have a call to make.
Okay. Good to know. So you guys have more or less 2-ish days or so.
Oh God.
If there's anything you guys need to do.
Before we do that, do any of us know which cairn? Does that require a roll, or do we all know what it is? Cairn that is
in terms of what?
What is the name of the cairn?
Oh, so that is the Mojave Green cairn proper from which the sept takes its name.
Okay.
Big one.
Yeah. But yeah, it's located on one of the top floors in Caesar's Palace.
Okay, fair.
The first day I'm just going to spend talking to spirits when I'm in the Umbra and gathering as much regional information as I can about the regional administrator from the spirits that are not Weaver spirits.
Few to any of them have heard that term before.
Okay.
Those that have, go ahead and roll me manipulation and occult.
And in addition
difficulty
to,
7.
In addition to direct information, I'm also talking about just information that could be acquired from inference. So there is a large propensity of Weaver spirits in a centralized location. What do you know about the activities that happen from them? What do they do? What are they doing? They've been doing things like that. Not just specifically, do you know this?
Right.
So what was that roll again?
Manipulation and occult, difficulty 7.
Is my persuasion specialization?
Yes.
Apparently, I double botched by rolling 4 ones.
Well,
there were successes in there, so it's not a bot.
Right, not a botch, just a failure.
Not a botch, just a failure. God damn.
But yes, no, you can't really gather any information on that anybody either knows or is willing to provide.
Look, the theurge is trying to theurge. Let's make sure he rolls ones.
But well, I mean, in this case, it's fairly apt though. The Weaver spirits themselves don't interface a ton, at least not in a positive manner, with a lot of the other spirits in the area. That is the one kind of bit of information you are sort of able to glean by inference. It's not uncommon that there's sometimes antagonistic interactions between Weaver's brood and other general broods of spirits in a given region. Here, it's kind of dialed up to 11.
Okay. So the Weaver spirits in Las Vegas are unusually aggressive.
Or just hostile, honestly.
Unusually hostile.
Right, yeah. I mean, there are elements of spirits hunting down and attacking other spirits, and that goes both directions. But something around here has the Weaver brood in overdrive.
Are there any spirits that hunt the Weaver spirits in Las Vegas?
There might be.
Able to find.
I was gonna say you haven't been able to find that out yet, but
okay,
there might be.
That'll be something that I'll be keeping an ear out.
Okay.
Because if there are, I want them in our cairn. Hey, you like to eat spiders? Come here.
Good news. Yes, there are plenty. Bad news. They're all Banes.
I mean, yeah. If you're looking for something that's willing to hunt something,
You don't want them hunting our security drones who are also Weaver spirits.
Yes.
I like the idea of Hakao coming out and like, hey guys, good news. I found something that'll hunt Weaver spirits. And a Nexus crawler.
Well, so it would be.
Hi guys.
It would be. I have good news and bad news.
The good news is I found something to point at the Weaver spirits.
The bad news is it's also coming for us.
Bad news is it's
Run!
going to eat everything.
You say this as you're running.
In that same tone of voice, though. It's like,
Yes. Run.
Right. Anything anybody else is doing over the next couple days?
I have a couple things that I'd like to do at some point. They don't have to be now, and they're kind of shift dependent. Jeremy, could I pester you to remind me of what shifts Aiden set up? Who's appeared on watches?
Sal is very much scattered between people just because there was an odd man out situation there.
Okay.
And there were other people he wanted interacting on a regular basis much more. The general teams, and again, I have not actually created a schedule for this. Go figure.
No, I just want to make sure I wasn't going against something you'd already said.
Probably not. It's like it's Aiden and Alex. I believe it was Hakao and Dakota and Anya and Ingvar.
Okay.
Are the more common, and there is mixing among that too. So if there's like you want X number of people together, there's flexibility.
It's actually it was one thing with Aiden and one thing with Alex. So if they're on the same shift, that would be that would be fine. But it's probably only one of those. So I don't know who would rather do one. I don't want to force somebody in, but just one of you pick one now, and we can do another one later. But there are two things. There's one thing I'd like to do with each of your characters when you're.
I won't be here next week.
Stop
Do it now.
planning and just decide.
Yes. Alex is not here next week, so there you
Yep.
go.
Okay. All right. That's easy. Okay. So after she's coming off of a shift, and Sal has been off the shift before. Does Alex go back to her room, or where does Alex hang out after a shift?
Probably back to her room. She's moping a bit. It's been some things.
All right. There's a knock at the door.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey kid, you got a second?
Yeah. Open the door.
Sal's standing outside, and in one hand he's holding two bags that are so grease stained as to be almost transparent, and in the other hand he's holding a giant cup with a straw sticking out of it.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you can come in. You brought the correct offerings. Yes. I will take those.
All right. I don't even have to come in. You can eat them in here. You can eat them outside. But
I start eating them while standing at the threshold.
One is a bag entirely full of French fries. The other one is a bag full of two double cheeseburgers, and it's a vanilla shake in the cup.
Mm-hmm. I start dipping the French fries in the shake, as is the right and proper way to eat French fries.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yes.
That's
always the right way to eat French fries.
Mm.
Look, you know we're gonna get you out of here, right? It's gonna happen. I was gonna go.
I am going to get out of here. Yes.
You know, we're all gonna get out of here together, is my point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not all of us are grounded, but we're all here, and maybe not all of us wants to be here right now, but it's gonna happen. You're not gonna need me to make burger runs for you. You're gonna be doing them on your own.
Yeah, there's a lot of steps in between there, but yeah.
I know, but I still think we did pretty all right, given the fact that there were fucking Weaver spirits coming in. It was her first day on the job. What do you think?
I don't know, actually, because I don't really know what happened, and no one will tell me straight. So what happened? Because all I heard was you going a little bit weird.
Yeah, I got shot a whole fucking lot, and kind of lost myself to the wolf a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
That's on me. It was maybe not the smoothest approach. Aiden hit a car with a stick, and it didn't stop. And
yeah,
then,
I saw that bit.
Yeah.
That was right outside.
And then we chased it around to the side, and then fucking Xeno Warrior Princess tried to stab a car the next time.
God.
Like it was I don't even know, like it was a dragon or something. And that stopped them, and then they got out, and then they started talking, and you heard FedEx over the link, right? Everybody started getting a little funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they was trying to just calm everything down, which, to be fair, that's not the kind of thing that we should let stand. But then the stabbing started, and then they started shooting.
Mm-hmm.
But none of us got. We all got back. Like I said, I lost my shit a little bit. But I will say this. Everybody else pulled back. You guys got the room ready for everything. The fucking Aiden, he came running out and tried to pull me back. He probably should have hit me with the stick instead of trying to play grab ass, but he tried, is the point.
Mm-hmm.
And we killed most of them. One of them got away, but look, Ingvar didn't try to stab anybody this last time, so that's progress.
I mean, to be fair, there weren't that many opportunities to stab things.
Oh, well, okay. But yeah, I feel like for her, opportunity is just have knife, have anyone else in room. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look, it's shit. I get it.
I'm still mad at you. These French fries are helping.
What are you mad at me for?
But they are.
No, seriously, what are you mad at me for?
The whole thing. You broke the veil. You made this situation worse.
All right. I get you. Counterpoint. I was also dying, so
Uh-huh.
I kind of lost the ability to make, let's say, higher cognitive decisions.
So next time, you are not going to get in a situation where you're dying by doing stupid things.
Okay, but I'm not going to say I ain't ever gotten into a situation in which I was dying because I'd done a stupid thing. But this time, I wasn't the one doing the stupid shit.
Uh-huh.
Well, next time you'll be out with us.
Loaded.
And you can watch us all be the ones, and you can be the better judge of who's doing stupid shit or not. But actually, it's funny you mention that because that's kind of the other thing. I don't want you to think I'm bringing you shakes and burgers and fries and stuff with strings attached, but I do got a favor to ask you.
I don't want you to think there's a string attached to this, but here's the string.
Yeah. And he reaches into his he's out of his tracksuit. He's wearing his suit again. Reaches into his suit coat pocket and pulls out an envelope. And it's addressed to Matteo Moraro at an address in New Jersey.
Okay.
And it has a stamp on it. He says, if I get myself killed doing something really smart, Will you put this in the mail for me?
Uh-huh.
I just I just got to make sure it gets mailed. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
How many more shakes that gonna cost?
That's free.
All right.
I'm going to finish this shake now. I begin to close the door. I also need new clothes for the moot.
Yeah.
What does one wear to I poke my head back out. What does one wear to a moot? That is not a tracksuit, because I've seen how you dress. What do other people wear to a moot?
Well, you got to keep in mind this one's at Caesars, right? So you gotta. I mean, I'm thinking togas.
Fuck.
No.
See, I am on the internet.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures.
No, like seriously though, what are you thinking? You thinking maybe like a business suit?
I don't
Wanna
know.
wear like a dress? What's your feeling, your style? No, I will say this. All kidding aside, we are in Vegas. It is tough to look out of place in a gold lame tracksuit.
Not that. I'll send pictures.
All right. You pick out something you like. I'll get it for you and bring it back.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what Alex does. Is she picks out something to wear because she doesn't know what's going to happen here. She wants to look okay.
I like the idea that people are going to be dressing up because Aiden's not. Don't forget, Bonars are going to be coming to this thing. They are not dressing up.
Nope.
Yeah.
Hikau also is already as dressed up as he's going to get.
That's also true of Anya, but the thing is that she dresses to the nines a lot of the time because she's never going anywhere.
Right.
Ingvar does need to call home sometime before the move. Now that she's actually got a phone on her for the first time in most of her trip to America.
Yep. All right. So Ingvar, I suppose, waits for the time zones to line up.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. And then dials a very expensive phone call.
Relatively, yeah. International.
Sal, I need you to explain these long distance charges to me.
But the phone rings a few times and then your father answers. Daughter.
Morning, father. Or is it afternoon over there?
Well, I'm coming off a few nights of missed sleep, so you tell me.
It's good to hear you.
I'd say the same. How are you?
I'm getting along, but the States are a strange place. No one ever agrees or really understands each other around here.
It's a fractured land.
Fractured people, too. It seems like everyone's forgot what we're all fighting here.
Is it always in their faces?
No, and I think that's part of the problem. They forget how dangerous everything is. When the Weaver comes knocking, they're suspicious, but they don't prepare for the fight immediately. And I wonder what will happen when the worm decides to start moving if it's not immediately at the biggest range.
Well, perhaps they need an example.
I tried to set that, but unfortunately, it's not easy.
If it was to be easy, I would not have sent you.
I know that, but sometimes I wonder how I'm supposed to be living up to this Iron Wolf lineage while I'm stuck in the middle of, excuse me, the least straightforward place I could think of.
There are many stories of our ancestor, and many of them, you are right, talk about the great warrior who fought things face to face, did not give an inch of ground. But for each of those, there are stories of when it was up to them to wait for the right moment to strike. The stories focus on what happens when the attack is loosed. Because I'll tell you true, it's a very boring story talking about all the sitting around that happens before battle. But sometimes those moments are the most important. For they set the table for the feast to come.
I try to remember that, Father. Sometimes, though, I feel like I need to hit people upside the head because they act so very foolishly in the face of the Weaver. And I fear the worm, but I haven't had the experience with it yet.
And that will come. Don't get impatient. Learn what you can from those people that are around you.
I'll try to cultivate patience. It was so much easier when I was in front of a firing range waiting for a shot.
Those weapons that you wield, those ones that we all trained you with, first they had to be made. And only then do they fulfill their purposes. You will do me proud, daughter. That I know.
I will certainly do my best.
Be wise, and then be swift.
Be fierce, and then be strong. Right.
And now that you have a phone, call your old father a little more often, yeah?
I will try.
Good girl.
It was good speaking to you. I hope to speak to you again soon.
Soon enough.
Have a good morning or evening.
It's going to be evening here. If I can get somebody to let me get a moment to sleep.
Good night, Father.
Good night, daughter.
He
hangs up.
And I think for the rest of the duration, she basically spends weightlifting and practicing.
All right. Sounds good.
Cult of Fenris.
Aiden for the whole time is pretty much going to be keeping to his same always doing something at all times. What is sleep schedule?
Okay.
With the additional of he is going to be trying to talk to whoever he can to find out more about the circumstances around who made the decision, etc. Basically, everything he can find out about
Alex's grounding.
grounding, because
Okay.
he's going to fucking lawyer a way out of this.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a manipulation and streetwise, let's say.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
Okay. I will spend a willpower point on this. Manipulation. Well, so that would be because I didn't take my wounds out.
Ah.
Would be 3 with the willpower would be 4.
3, 4. All right. 2 names come up.
Okay.
As you're asking around, trying to figure things out. One is Walter Hempstead, who you know as one of the elders of the Mojave Green. The other is
who made the call or was involved in the situation.
In terms of the decisions and having apparently some either involvement or background or something, you come up with these 2 names. Walter Hempstead, who is an elder for the Mojave Green, and Park Sun-ae, who is another guru that you've heard her name before, but you've never met her.
Okay.
She's just somebody who gets talked about on occasion and has apparently been here for quite a long time. As far as you're aware, she doesn't particularly hold any official ranks in the Sept or anything, but she's someone of significance.
Okay.
The main thing you can get is that she's Korean.
Right. And the situation pretty much am I pretty much able to confirm basically everything Alex said?
Yes.
Like, is there any variation to the official story?
Just that she's been grounded since birth.
That's quite a variation.
That is a significant variation. But as you start peeking into it, the grounding was planned since she was born, apparently.
Oh, that's some bullshit. Akagi's gonna go talk to a juniper.
Okay.
So wherever
yeah, you can find her pretty easily. Yeah.
Hey.
What's up?
So I've got a question about this Alex thing. Why am I hearing that it's that this is a planned situation from the moment he became alive?
Probably because of the omens.
Oh,
the omens being
okay. Yeah. So the night she was born, there were a number of signs that, well, half moon, obviously. Dust storm crops up out of nowhere.
Okay.
Turns the face of Luna basically blood red.
Okay.
And then her parents deliver her to the Sept. And I am not aware of either of their names, but apparently one or both of them was influential enough to be able to just drop a metis off before they headed off doing whatever it was that they were doing. And apparently spent a couple days talking with some people, and so she was supposed to be very closely observed, and obviously being metis not allowed out. But then she wanders off because something broke in the whole monitoring fabric.
Right.
And then she comes back having apparently gone through her rite of passage and joins the Black Furies, which is also supposedly her mother's tribe. And given that, apparently those sort of situations, and I'm a Galliard, stories is what I do.
Right.
And when something's foretold, generally the easiest and most efficient way, albeit some frequently convoluted, of making sure something comes to pass is working very hard to make sure it doesn't. But all I've heard is that now that the child has joined her mother's tribe, shit is going to go very badly very soon.
Okay. So, fine.
So at this point,
Go ahead.
The powers that be have felt it advisable to keep her under as close observation as possible until we can figure out what, if anything, is going to happen as a analytical preventative measure, I suppose.
Okay. So why did she? Why is it very firmly impressed upon her that this is her fault? Beyond the metis thing. She is firmly of the opinion that she fucked up real hard. And that is, if that's something that, not accusing anyone in particular, but if that is being impressed upon her, consciously knowing it's not true, that is seriously fucked up.
No, that is. Do you know who told her it was her fault?
I don't know.
Okay,
So,
she may have just come to that conclusion, but yes, no, absolutely.
Get her to open up to
Head,
beyond that.
yes, no.
So
yeah, no, she's not stupid. We need to head that off.
Here's the other thing. So if this has been planned, I'm assuming there is going to be a point where either she's never going to be allowed to leave here, or there is a condition that needs to happen that they're going to be like, okay, everything's fine. Which, depending on which those are, neither of them are you're stuck here until X period of time. Oh, wait, X period of time has been extended. she thinks she's trying to have to do something right in order to get her punishment lifted, when there's literally nothing she can do right now to get that punishment lifted.
As far as that goes, best I understand it, and please bear in mind that I am not the expert on this situation. I literally only get what I am told as well.
I realize how it sounds right now.
And
I would much rather be yelling at someone who could kick my ass much harder.
well,
but
yes. As far as that goes, though, I'm still waiting to hear back. I've made it pretty apparent that, look, I don't care what sort of awkward destiny bullshit is apparently on this girl, but she has a job to do. She is capable of doing it, and she needs to be allowed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, honestly, given the power imbalance, I feel like that's pretty much all we can pull on right now.
Okay.
I'm sure there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that would put this on a much more clear and relevant context, but until I can actually start to tease that out, I don't know what to do other than continue asking as well.
Okay. The last question I have, and I ask this realizing that I'm probably not going to like the answer no matter which way it is. Is this whole prophecy nonsense, omen bullshit, is it contingent on her not knowing any of this? Because I feel like if she is aware of a lot of this, she's gonna be potentially, sure, there's weight of destiny and guilt on that. But it makes it a lot easier for everything else. Basically, what I'm saying is, am I specifically under orders not to tell her any of this?
I'm under orders not to tell her any of this.
Well, that's mightily unfortunate for people who didn't give me specific orders not to tell anybody about this.
It would be unfortunate, yes.
Alrighty. Been nice talking with you.
Door's always open, Aiden.
Keeper of the land doesn't care for people's bullshit any more than we do.
Hekal, it is the day before the moot.
After I do my morning rituals, as all good theurges do,
I'm a shit theurge.
Yeah, I pull out that number I was given and I call Master Silverstein.
Rings once, twice. I hope you have something interesting to say.
Good morning, Master Silverstein. This is Hekal.
Yes, I know.
I have a package for you from the elders at the Sept of the Awakening. They wanted me to deliver it the day before the next moot.
In-N-Out Burger on Sahara.
I'll be there.
10 a.m.
I'm going to proceed to make my way there.
All right. It's an In-N-Out Burger. That's for damn sure. How are you getting there? Just going to call yourself an Uber or something?
Is it Is it far? And is it close enough? And is there enough time that I could walk there?
There's definitely not enough time that you could walk there based on what time it was when you made the call. No.
Okay. In that case, Sal.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. I need a ride. Could you drop me off somewhere?
Yeah, no problem. Where you headed?
I give him the location, the address, the location.
Okay.
I assume that's happening either in person or over
In
the phone.
person, yeah.
So Sal will go get the car, come back and pick up Picao.
Okay. You guys drive down. It's just it's like 2 exits down 15. Jump off at Sahara, and it's about a quarter mile off the freeway.
So you got the munchies or what?
I have important theurge business that I have to take care of in this area.
Is that like important theurge business or like important theurge business?
The kind that I am oath-bound to only disclose that much of.
You pull into the parking lot, Sal, as you're considering this line of questioning. And sitting there in broad daylight on one of the patio tables, wearing a pair of shades and eating a burger that is way too big for 10 a.m. in the morning, is Irving fucking Silverstein. Gives you a little bit of a wave as you pull in.
This sort of important theurge business.
Yes.
I'll pull up next to Silverstein.
I'll get out.
So will Sal.
Sal, if you would please wait in the car.
Sal gets back in and rolls down the windows.
With the windows up.
All right, Strider. Let's go inside, get you some food.
I'll follow him in.
Does the it's an In-N-Out burger?
Yeah.
Does it have a security system?
I mean, it's got exterior cameras that you can see.
What about interior cameras?
You haven't gone inside yet.
I'm gonna see if I can find any with plug and play.
Okay. So you pull out the cell phone and go to enact your gift. Let me look at the details on plug and play again, just to make sure.
I think I spend a willpower, but I've got it here. If you...
Yes. So spend a willpower.
All right. And Sal settles back to watch some streaming video.
And yes, there is a single interior camera behind the counter. No microphone, of course, but
yeah, I would assume no audio. But,
right. Mm-hmm. And you see the two of them wait in line behind somebody. Somebody else comes up and sort of looks like they're trying to figure out, are these two just standing here waiting, looking at the menu? Or are they actually in line? Goes to edge in. Silverstein just gives him a look and right back around. Steps up. What does Hikau order at an In-N-Out burger?
Having no familiarity whatsoever, except for the fact that they have something called something style fries. I can't think of what it is, but that and a burger.
Sounds
As
good.
a person who lived in California, I want to point out that In-N-Out Burger is the best burger chain. Fight me.
No,
Okay.
It is. From Oregonian, where we have Burgerville, In-N-Out kicks its ass.
Yeah, and it's absolutely tragic that the In-N-Outs are like way too far away.
Yeah. I have to say, I was really looking forward to, and I'm disappointed that it didn't have, like, I've got the camera, I don't have sound. Well, it's a good thing I have this, as he pulls out like his full, like, spy private eye.
Directional microphone, whole
Yeah,
shebang.
like whatever. I don't know the name of it, but that
Right.
that particular style of fry that they do.
Okay.
That
So,
and,
yeah.
and a burger.
Sounds good. All right. The food is gotten. He's still like got halfway to go through his, so he just points you at a booth.
The booth, back facing the using my coat to hide from anybody, to hide the thing that I'm about to do from anybody that might be watching from behind me, because I can see on the other side of him that if nobody's watching there. And
So, my friends in DC sent you with something, did they?
they did. And as
Have they gotten over losing their statue yet? Mm-hmm.
I couldn't comment on that. I was only in there for a week. I'll reach into the thigh bag and pull it out, and then from its construction, how bulky is this thing?
It weighs a good 2 pounds,
like,
probably.
Is it a box, a tube, a block of C4? What, like?
It's a tube of some sort.
A tube? Okay, so if it's a tube, if it's a sealed tube, then I'll just pull it out. This is it. How much longer than my thigh bag is it?
Only about 6 inches or so.
Okay, so pull this tube that's too long for my thigh bag out, and just pass it over to him over the table.
Hand him a pipe bomb.
Since it's sealed, I'm less concerned about doing it under the table.
Right. He flips it back.
They were
pops the end open.
They were insistent that you have it the day before the moot, no sooner.
Shakes it, and out comes. It's a wooden cylinder with a series of dials inlaid. It looks like a Hollywood fucking movie prop from like the Da Vinci Code or something.
The code box. It's a code cylinder.
Right. And it looks like it's put together that way. There's about 6 dials on the entire length of the thing. Murphy always was a dramatic son of a bitch.
Gathered that in my time.
Thank you very much. Look forward to your report tomorrow.
Nod, pick up my food, and head to the car with it.
As you go, you hear him kind of give it a shake. And then he stands up and starts walking out
I'm assuming
the other exit.
I'm assuming it doesn't explode in his hands, so.
No, it doesn't.
Head back out to the car where Sal's at. Look at the two things.
Also, John, I assume that you mean animal style fries.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, they're fries with cheese and spread and stuff on top.
Yep.
So, Sal, from where you were in the car, you saw them come up, you saw them order, you saw them walk over to a table. And at that point, they're kind of like up in the corner, so it's a little harder to get any details. But you do see Sal or Hekau hand him something. You can't really ID. It's mostly just a fairly long, dark block of pixels.
Okay, fair.
Looks like a sensor bar.
Yep. And then Hekau is now walking back out towards the vehicle.
Head back out.
I'll turn off everything before.
Okay.
You know, this is the first time I've had animal-style fries. They're interesting. As I get into.
Yeah. What else did you get? What'd you bring me?
Sort of gives you a passive look. I did not ask the master of the right for the Mojave Green Sept to pay for lunch for the person that drove.
Well, we gotta work on your bargaining skills, my friend. I mean, admittedly, this was no getting bitten and tattooed by a giant spider, but it's still not your finest moment.
You like the fries? I say, holding them out towards you.
Sal takes one and eats it and turns the car on. So I assume whatever you're dropping off in there, that's that same kind of Theoj business you're not supposed to talk about, right? So what was it?
I just eat my fries and hamburger. As if the words never came out.
Sal will just sort of, I think, chatter at you as they drive back. But that's
All right.
You know, Cat will talk back and forth, but he won't. If any questions about that particular business, just no response, as if you hadn't said anything.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's not gonna. It's probably not the only question he asks, but he doesn't seem offended when you don't answer.
Yeah.
He just also doesn't stop occasionally asking you stuff about it.
All right. So you guys have a day left if there's anything that's being planned or prepared or anything of that nature before the moot.
Anya had something to do with it. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can cycle back to that. What's Anya got?
Anya did want to at some point find Aiden.
Okay.
If possible. Aiden.
What's up?
I assume she has found some slightly private place to do this.
Right.
I wanted to apologize about how things went in the last encounter. I understand the importance of group synergy. I was taken aback by the giant spider trying to eat us.
Fair.
And did not understand that the group of us were headed somewhere together.
Mm-hmm.
I interpreted it as a dangerous or aggressive action towards our cairn and our pack, and I did not mean to abandon the group.
Oh, I know. So, here's the thing: is you weren't wrong.
But
it was hostile, and it was definitely something to be wary about. And frankly, whether it was the best, whether this was why it happened or not, it gave us an important line of communication back to the set. I don't think that was necessarily even if that hadn't happened and there was nothing, like in some hypothetical situation where we didn't have a line of communication, we were shut off. We were prevented from contacting you by the Weaver spirits. I don't think it was a bad decision. I think that whether it was they're being aggressive, I need to get myself away from this, or whatever the reason was, it left a guardian back at the cairn. It was a smart move.
I understand. I am not a judge, but to the extent that I do had a similar self-assessment, I simply wanted to clarify that I understood I was also beholden to the expectations everyone else was about working with the group.
Oh yeah, you are. No, yeah, for sure.
And that this was not meant to be a transgression upon that, whatever
Nope.
ended up happening. I also wanted to ask a more complicated question.
Oh good, I love those.
It is important.
Feel free.
What do you... I have been giving you feedback, of course, but what do you want or need of me? I have various skills. I can scour the mundane world more. I can do more to ensure that everyone in the pack is getting what they need.
Mm-hmm.
I am But I do need you to make that decision. I'm not just going to go behind your back and do what I think is best.
I mean, the short answer to that is I don't know everything there possibly is to know about you, so I don't know what necessarily you can offer. If you have ideas, if there are things that you think would be a good idea, suggest them. In terms of what my expectations are for you, you know, you know the rules of our society. You know how to operate by them, and you also, importantly, understand as much as it's tricky for you to operate within them, their world outside these walls. So in situations where, for example, we need to split up and we don't have time to argue it out over in our heads, you need to be able to take control in those situations of wherever you're with. You need to be keep making sure that I don't fuck up, or let me rephrase that: minimize the number of times that I fuck up. However you see fit in terms of that. Within litany, obviously. We're in the middle of a fight, maybe it's not the time to argue it.
I am not a ragabash, but I take your meaning.
So yeah, I mean, your job is to, when I'm indisposed, whether that's I'm in the middle of something, or unconscious or dead or whatever, you're in charge. In terms of like things that long-term plans, this pack's still in the getting to know each other stage. I'm sort of feeling this out a bit still. My last pack was, let's just be generous and call it non-traditional. And well, it didn't turn out very well for them. So I'm trying to go as I'm trying to go. I'm trying to mold the situation to this group, and to do that, I need to know everybody first. What I can tell you is that when I was in your position, everything that you are currently doing is pretty good. Just keep what I said in mind.
Of course. Well, that's all I needed.
Awesome.
I don't know if we have time, but I need to talk to Aiden before on the day after my meeting.
Okay. I believe that sort of thing can be arranged.
All right, cool.
Yep.
Aiden, would you like some animal style fries? Holding up.
No, I'm good.
Very cold by this point.
Absolutely. He hasn't. Hekau ate like half of them and then stopped.
Yes. No, I am good. They would not go along well with the hangover I'm currently rocking.
Fair enough. Wanted to let you know that I understand that it seems quite a number of our pact, or at the very least, people in this particular halfway house don't quite get along with the Master of the Right of the Mojave Green. At least that's the implication that I get.
That seems to be. I honestly haven't spent more than maybe a minute in his presence. So I don't know, but
I wanted to let you know so that you have the opportunity to utilize this information however it seems best. That I am, at the very least, not good terms, but not bad terms with him.
that's a thing.
So if somebody needs to speak to the Master of the Right, I would preemptively volunteer my services.
Good to know. I mean, if I can be, unless it's something directly relating to something else, because
Yes.
Master of the Right handles a lot of punishment rights and the like. Unless it was that sort of thing, I would send you anyways.
I just wanted to
But
clarify that. In case
appreciate
it was
that.
necessary, as I said before, it seems people don't quite enjoy his company.
I was gonna say, and nice work, because anybody that from my understanding, anybody he's not yelling at, you've done something well.
I do my best.
Cool.
If you need me, I will be Umbral's side for the rest of the day.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go back to the Umbra and continue talking to spirits.
All right.
So before we can, if there's other people who need to do stuff before we can do that. But before this whole thing, he's not waiting on the information he's learned. He's
Okay.
not going to be like, oh, by the way, I knew this 3 weeks ago. Because that would go over really well. But yeah, that can, if there's other people who have things to do.
Depending on when this happens, Alex just wanted to get ready for the big party with Dakota, because I feel like we need to do each other's makeup, basically.
Yes, definitely.
I kind of rolled the clock back for Anya's thing because I was trying to let other
Yeah,
people.
I don't know when things happen. That's just me. That's the only thing I needed to do.
I'm surprised you trust her with your makeup, because you can look like a clown.
Yeah, like I said, there's going to be a lot of people there who have no idea what good makeup looks like, as other lupus and that sort of thing.
Sure.
I feel like he would probably not provide this information the night before the move.
Okay.
I feel like it would happen before that.
Okay. All right. So you find her in
let's
the room.
not put that anger fresh less than 24 hours before you run into the people responsible for this. So yeah, he will come and find you.
Yep. She's probably in a room. You probably have to knock a couple times.
Yep.
Oh, yeah?
Hey,
Oh, hi.
you have a minute?
Yeah. I opened the door. She's got one headphone in.
Cool.
What's up?
So I've been working on your situation.
Okay.
Do you mind if I come in and we talk?
Sure. She will take the other headphone off.
Yeah. Come in, shut the door. So, I've got a question. Does, hold on, I just put those,
Walter Hempstead, Park Sun E.
Park Sun Yi. I had the names, but I put them on notes on my character sheet, and then I was not on my character sheet at the moment. So, do you have any history with Walter Hempstead?
Jack, because these are new names to me.
You definitely know him as one of the elders of the Mojave Green Sept.
Mm-hmm.
So you're well aware of that. You don't recall ever having interacted with him personally. So yeah, but you know he's pretty high up there and definitely very well respected.
Okay. Yeah, he's one of the old guys.
But you don't have any particular strong connections to him or association with him or anything.
No.
Okay.
Why?
We're getting to that. How about Park Soon-yi?
Jack again.
That is a name that you have heard of. That is a name that most recently you heard mentioned by Olive.
Oh.
Just something that you overheard while you were with them at one point. You heard that name referenced, but you didn't get any details and you weren't involved in the actual conversation that was happening.
Okay. No, I've heard of her. Why?
So I've been looking into exactly what this situation is. And I may know some things that you don't. Which is apparently and before I divulge this information, I'm going to let you know that it is now officially my life's fucking mission to uncover what this is. But apparently, there were some omens at your birth.
Yeah, I knew about that.
Did you know that that's the reason why you're grounded? Apparently, you've been under observation for some time because they don't want the results of those omens coming to pass. And when, through no fault of your own, the people that were watching you let you wander off, that was determined that it was time to apparently trigger this grounding, which has been apparently planned since anybody knew you were a thing. What I'm trying to say here is the reason that you're here is not your fault. The reason that you're not allowed to leave here specifically is not your fault.
So, I knew about the stupid fucking omen theory shit, whatever. What? Is this about things being planned?
So, I still don't have a lot of information. Apparently, those two people, Hempstead and the other name that is not in my tab at the moment.
Park.
Yeah, Park Soon. Were somehow involved in the decision. I don't know what that means. I'm going to find out. I do know, and this is significant, and I need you to hear this part. The
Yeah,
people
I'm
that
listening.
know, the people that the people that are aware of this situation, we're not allowed to tell you. I'm not going to tell you who that is, because not that I don't trust you, but I'm trying to keep a lot of plausible deniability in place here. Luckily, nobody had specifically told me that, so fuck those people. You deserve to know the truth, that this is not your fault. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't make the situation better for you right now. But the more that you know, and the more that I know, the quicker we're going to figure out how to get this lifted. The reason I'm mentioning that part of it, that people were not allowed to tell you, is that, and frankly, if they do find out and they come to me and they're angry that I told you, well, I guess they should have told your pack leader not to say anything about it. But and they won't listen to that, and that'll be fine. But if you happen to run into either of those people at the moot, don't just go up to them and start asking, demanding information. We need to handle this in a particular manner.
What manner? What's your plan then?
Their lead, knowing what we know, allows me to start asking other questions. If they're involved in the decision, if they find out that somebody is aware, and they don't want, I don't know, maybe they'd be perfectly fine with it. I doubt it, but maybe they'd be perfectly fine with it. If they don't want anybody finding out, they have the power to make this stop. There's no benefit in going up to them and yelling at them. However, under no circumstances was I going to justify some bullshit. Oh, well, I'll just wait until after the moot to tell, and then continue for you to be kept in the dark about this.
Well, thanks.
I know you want to hear at some point me showing up and saying, here's step A, B, and C for us to get to get you out and about. I want that too. From the sounds of it, it's not going to be that easy yet.
Jack, storyteller question, because it's a moot and it may be restricted on who is supposed to be attending. How terrible would it be if a bunch of random people from out in the desert got invited?
God damn it.
As far as that goes,
Yep.
that would be something of a social faux pas, to be sure.
Yep.
But you can always, if you can get information to somewhere, you can get information to somewhere.
a little Alex wearing a red tracksuit.
But you've got about
it's
30 hours.
Mara
it's not
sows
very
the
much
seed-
time.
Mara sows the seeds of chaos that she won't have to deal with next week.
No, that's totally fine. Oh, look, a bunch of humans got murdered at the moot.
I'm not. You don't want me to go and tell them that I know Olive knew? Maybe? Or
I
didn't?
don't know who knew, and that's the thing. I don't know who is aware of this whole situation right now.
What about my people? I know a couple, three, a tiny, is it a cairn or is it just like a sept? Would that be the description of it?
Them? They are a pack.
They're
At
a pack.
best, they are a
Okay.
pack.
Pack of others, like, of other Black Furies out in the desert. One of them mentioned Park.
Really?
I don't know why.
That's a lead. So,
They don't have a phone.
here's the deal.
Yeah.
If we see this person at the moot, that might be a good time to have a private conversation. If not, after the moot, we go find them and we start asking questions.
They're way out in the desert.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if they're in fucking Rio. Maybe I wasn't clear. This is now my life's mission. Because this is bullshit. So that's a productive plan, as opposed to trying to confront Amstead and Yee.
Okay. Deal.
Perfect.
And yeah, Alex doesn't do anything further with that. And makeup, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just do hair. I can fix hair.
I think that is an excellent place to leave the episode for the week.
Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Psychopathic mental, unhinged and berserk. Blue ball, get a temperamental, I tweak and I jerk. Slingshot personality, don't stretch me too far. You might wake up screaming in the trunk of my car. Loosen up my screws, time to light my fuse. I'm going on a rampage, mayhem disarray. I'm going on a rampage, so you best get out my way, get out my way. You heard me. Excuse me a minute, mister, say that's a nice truck. Speed freak whipping up a twister, I don't give a Sickened up my herd and now I'm ready to cull. I might just do a square dance on the back